Hello everyone, and welcome to the first ever Vitality Weekly News Update. I'm Kyle Wakeling from the Vita Lounge, and I'll be your host for the foreseeable future. Today, and every Friday until there's no news left, I'll be updating you on the PlayStation Vita news bits from the week, keeping you informed as to release dates, game announcements, and other important tidbits. I will not, however, be giving you all the information or all the bits of news, as that job belongs to the Vita Lounge. If you're looking for the basics, though, stay tuned, because here we go. First up, 3 limited run games physical copies have been given dates for pre-order, with Octodad Deadliest Catch hitting on the 19th with 3,500 Vita copies, Zeo Drifter hitting on July 4th with 2,300 Vita copies, and Soldner X2 Final Prototype hitting July 18th with 3,200 Vita copies, all three priced at $24.99 at Limited Run's online shop. The approximately 1.5 gigabyte Grand Kingdom Light demo is now available on both North American and European PlayStation networks. It looks to give you a taste of the first bits of the game, and saved data is transferable to the full game when it launches. Speaking of which, the physical release of Grand Kingdom has been pushed back a week in North America due to a packing error. All other areas of release, including digital and European releases, are unaffected. Pixel Lantern launches Bards Gold this week, due in Europe and North America the day this goes live, the 17th of June. It's a platformer meant to look and feel like old school hard games, and features 100 handcrafted levels as well as permanent upgrade system. Check it out on the site if you're interested. Mighty Rabbit Studios, the developer team side of limited run games, is now working with Sakai Project to make it easy to port Ren'Py, a common visual novel game engine, to Unity. This means more visual novels, and it looks like Fault Milestone 1, which was announced for porting a while back, will be getting the first benefits of this partnership. In other Sakai Project news, it seems that Crest Spirit and Sakai are bringing the 2D side-scrolling bullet hell platformer Rabbi Rivi to the West this winter, adding new music and content to the mix. The release was announced at E3, and there's a bit more detail on the site if you're interested. Berserk, tentative title, has been announced as a Musu-style adaptation of the fantasy manga series, which follows two men in their very oppositely fueled struggles to find their purpose. One man takes the fight for survival route, while the other hungers for power. It'll be coming to the PlayStation Vita this year in Japan, with a Western release planned but not detailed. Caligula Games announced via their summer press conference that Demon Gaze 2 is coming to Japan October 13th. They added that it will be bringing with it a Best of Demon Gaze music selection soundtrack for those who pre-order, the soundtrack including music from Demon Gaze and Demon Gaze 2. Themed around the Cthulhu mythos, dungeon crawler Project Code Dayton was originally announced back in 2014, but is only now getting mentioned once again. This time, however, it looks like we've learned it's coming out in Japan in 2017, as that's what Caligula Games' newest lineup trailer seems to point out. P-Cube has taken on publishing duties for Root Letter, which is due out in the West later this year and released in Japan on the 16th, yesterday if you're watching this when it was posted. While we already knew it was set to hit this year, it's nice to have someone competent at the helm nonetheless. Kicking on, A Girl Who Chants Love at the Bound of This World has been given a Japanese release date of November 17th and will be available in a digital, physical, and limited edition version at prices of 7,000, 7,800, and 11,000 yen respectively. The limited edition will include a 5-disc soundtrack DVD, an 80-page perfect guide featuring setting and character art, route notes for all the heroines, and music liner notes from the game's music leads Ryu Takumi, and Kaishi Yonao. While we were only recently introduced to the idea of Dragon Quest builders actually coming west, it seems like Square Enix is biding its time no longer. In a press conference on Wednesday, they locked in release dates of October 11th in North America and October 14th in Europe. Get your tools ready. Twin-stick shooter Monochrome Oh has been announced for PlayStation Vita and will bring 10-second chunks of shooter goodness our way next year. The hook of the game is a time-slowing maneuver, which slows the game down by a factor of 3. Matrix, baby! It's official, you'll be playing the fan service heavy shooter this July. Galgun Double Peace is headed to Europe on July 15th and North America on July 19th, coming to us in digital, physical, and limited edition versions. More details can be found at the Vita Lounge, but if you're not getting the limited edition, you might want to grab a pre-order. There's a bonus you might not want to miss. Arthur Griffith, CEO of Desert Owl Games, took to the PlayStation blog this week for the E3 recap, revealing his online PC title Pox Nora would be coming to Vita this summer. A game which sees you using your share of 2,700 hand-illustrated collectible cards in a tactical strategy RPG setting, Pox Nora offers single-player campaigns, CPU battles, and player-versus-player matches among its modes. Best of all, it has been confirmed to be coming to the PlayStation Vita platform with a freshly updated interface, an in-game rune manager, a store, a deck builder, and even some new in-development expansions. Oh, and did we mention its crossplay with the PC version as well as the upcoming PlayStation 4 version? That too. Furyu and Aquaria have been working together to bring us Caligula, an RPG set within a repeating virtual reality nightmare. Occupants are unaware that they're trapped in this fake world and come to be complacent with it, forever reliving their school days. That is, until some of the students begin to realize that the world is not real and attempt to find a way out. Does that sound interesting to you? Well, it should, as it's being developed by Persona 1 and 2 scenario writer, and it's now headed our way. Alice has confirmed that they're bringing the game west next year, Caligula arriving in North America and Europe as a PSN-only digital title in 2017. That's all for the news, but I also want to give you a rundown of this week's newly released trailers, the following games having either a new trailer or new footage released. Atelier Furus, Attack on Titan, Caligula, Fault Milestone 1, Genkai Toki 7 Pirates, Grand Kingdom, Mighty No. 9, New Interpretation, Stranger of Sword City, Hatsune Miku Project Diva X, Rabbi Rivi, Sengoku Otome Legend Battle, Shantai Half Genie Hero, Strength of the Sword Ultimate, Tukiden 2, Trails of Cold Steel 2, Uppers, Walking Dead Season 3, Wing Kings, and more. Well, that's not all the news from the Vita Lounge this week. That's the headlines, and I hope I've caught you up properly. Make sure to check back here next week for a new update of Vitality, and have a great week of Vita gaming.